Hey folks, this is Bill with Dine Drink Vegas. It is a Tuesday night in May of 2023, and I'm here in the Sahara Hotel outside of room 31846, which is a standard king guest room. What I'd like to do real quick is give you a tour inside so you know what to expect if you book this hotel. In addition to the tour, I'll talk a little bit about generally what the hotel's been like and all of that. So the Sahara is located on the far north end of the Strip, and that means it's cheaper than a lot of the other hotels on the Strip, but it also means there's less that you can walk to. My basic evaluation of this hotel is that the stuff that's in the hotel is great. I do wish it was a little bit closer to other stuff. But we're in the room now. Let's take a look. So instead of a closet, you've essentially got a closet space, but that's certainly more than adequate for what you've got. You've also got an ironing board and an iron in there. Turning to the left, the bathroom is a little small. It does close. There's a door to it. And you are welcome for me not showing my face because, again, it's a face made for radio, folks. As you come in, there's only the single vanity, but it's actually really nice. They've got a hairdryer and all of that. Let's check out the shower pressure and see how that works. Oh, kind of your standard bathroom amenities. And so the good news was that the shower was super easy to work. And in addition to being easy to work, it came out with a strong amount of water pressure. I do love the fact that they left some bottles of water in the room. So many times I get up to my room after a long night in Vegas, I desperately need some water, and whatever. I'm glad they do that. Now, there's not any sort of coffee service in the room, and I would enjoy that. However, they've left a refrigerator, and you can tell that used to be the hotel mini bar, which they've just converted to personal use, and that is an amazing option if you want to go downstairs, buy your own beer, you bring back some leftovers, or something like that. As you come into the room, it's a fairly small space, but they've done a really, really good job with the space that they do have. So the bed being up against the window is kind of nice. That maximizes the use of space. They got a couple of large mirrors here where if you press that button, it lights up and gives some additional light to the room. And that also lets you see what you're doing. The same thing exists over on that other mirror. And actually, I'll leave that on to help highlight this video a little bit better. So you've got a workspace with a really big TV. The workspace looks like it's perfectly adequate. There are 2 plugs and 1 USB charger there. So that's enough to get your stuff done. Ultimately, though, I'd rather have 1 or 2 more there because there's really not anything up here on the bedside. Now, they've got a plug down there which appears to go to the clock, which isn't turned on, which is kind of a weird flex. So there's nothing right by the bed. Let's go check the other side. All right, so by the other side, you do have 1 USB charging cable, and the power plug isn't being used. Let's go check power plugs in the bathroom. So yeah, in here you have power plugs if you need the blow dryer or something like that. So on base, the room is small, but it's really nicely done. There's one other feature here that I actually really, really enjoy, and I didn't pay for any particular view, although I'm still happy with it. The feature that I enjoyed here is that it's easy to control the amount of light you've got coming in and easy to control the curtains. So a lot of hotels have gone to fancy electronic systems, which isn't what they've done here. You just lower it down that way, which is about as easy as it could possibly be. So other impressions of this hotel. I was just downstairs, and I was looking for a blackjack table. The problem is, and the good news is, they had a lot of them at fairly low limits, but all the rules weren't very good. So it wasn't a great place to play blackjack, although I played slots for a single pull. I wound up winning $90. So cool, that was great. The restaurants look really good. I just had dinner at Bazaar Meats by Jose Andres, and that was a phenomenal meal, and I'm really, really glad I got to experience that. The check-in lines were fairly long and moved pretty slow, and the elevator lines have the 2 or 3 times I've come up to my room have been long with cramped and crowded elevators. So there's some things that I think they could do better. So on balance, would I stay here again? Yeah, absolutely. This hotel tends to be quite inexpensive. The restaurants downstairs look nice. I like the ambiance of the casino and all of that. What you've got to be prepared for is the fact that the room is going to be fairly small, but that's okay, right? You may be one of those people who doesn't spend a lot of time in the room. They've absolutely got some other suites available, and the decor is clean and modern and nice, and the space that they do have, they use awfully well. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, I would really appreciate your support for the channel by having you click like and subscribe. Leave us your comments in the comment section down below because we love to hear from our viewers and we get back to those comments as quick as we possibly can. If you get the chance to hit the thanks button or if you get the chance to become a channel member, we would also appreciate that. But whatever you decide to do, thanks so much for watching this video and happy travels.